good, my people? Out here paying myself, man. Still a tough week. Still got a little bit to go. Man, I got to pay myself, man. I got to keep myself a little bit in shape, for the journey ahead. You never know what you're preparing for in life, man, but when you ask God for something, man, you got to get in preparation for what you done asked for. So I got to be in some type of shape for whatever obstacles and goals and things ahead that I said that I wanted, that the universe is conspiring to give me. I have to be ready. I have to be in preparation. So I have to come out here and paint myself. Whew. It's rough out here today, man. How you doing? Yeah, man, just out here on a walk. How you doing? So, I want to speak about something today. And I'm sure this topic is going to be controversial. But it's about the black church. It is about the black church. And so, I don't want to be critical to the point where I run people away from the message. But what I do want to say is, I feel there's no oneness in the black church. I feel like it's a bunch of individuals doing everything individually, building their own separate kingdoms and not really combining together to build something for everybody. That's what I feel. While I'm not a Muslim, I can appreciate the Nation of Islam, because in the Nation of Islam, they preach one message. One message. They use the Quran and they use the Bible and they preach one message for everybody. Everybody is on tap with the one message, oneness. But if you got one person preaching a message over here, one person preaching a message over there, one person, and all of these churches are on the same street and they not even preaching the same message. The message scattered out all over the damn place. That's what I do not like. So while I'm not a Muslim, while I am not in the Nation of Islam, I can appreciate that they have one message. They got one message. So all of them Nation of Islam churches recognize the minister Louis Farrakhan as their leader. All of them recognize the minister Louis Farrakhan as their one leader. They preach one message. They came from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. One message. They don't be out here, you preaching that, you preaching that. Like if you go by where my grandmother used to stay. When you go over there by where my grandmother used to stay, you can go, like you exit the street called Tidwell, you make a left. You go all the way down to another street called Homestead, you bust a right, you go down to the 610 loop. Bro, it's about 15 churches, all preaching different messages, all doing their own thing. They're all individuals. So how the hell are we supposed to build a community? There's 15 churches preaching 15 messages to 15 congregations. There is no oneness. There's only confusion. So this person think they pastor better than that pastor. And this pastor got more clout than this pastor over here. It should all be one. All of this should be one message. One message for the black church. Black church got one message. One message. One band, one sound. Everybody preach the same damn thing. This is the ideology. We come up with the ideology. We say, this is what we preaching on. This is the thing. This is how we gonna change our community. This is how we gonna do it. Right here, one message. One message, one doctrine, one ideology, one band, one sound. But I have to sit here and be like, oh, okay, well, I agree with everything. Man, look here, I don't agree. And while I love the black church and what it's done for black people throughout our time here, it got a way to go in this message. Because Bobo the preacher might be held accountable over here. But if it was one message, then somebody in this congregation can throw this person out of leadership, say, hey, you don't need to be here. But since he's an individual, he gets to stay in his church and do his own damn thing. He don't even get ousted. So it's no message, no real accountability. If I can go and start a church today, get members, start taking tithing, all other stuff, start building in the community for me and my congregation. But how does this help the community as a whole when it's a church? I can throw a goddamn rock and hit the next church, but they ain't got a message like mine. All of our messages are different. So black people out here scatterbrained because our religion is scatterbrained. Hell, if one pastor better than the other, man, some of these people don't need to be pastors. Some of them just don't. Some of them need to be deacons. You should not be pastor so-and-so. You should be deacon so-and-so within the Church of Oneness. You should. Man, you heard some of these people preach. Come on now. He just preaching because his daddy was preaching. He just doing what his daddy was doing. So look here, man. It's all I really got to say, like in regards to the black church. When I look at the Nation of Islam, it's one message. It's one leader at the top, and they have all these other pastors, or I don't know exactly what they call them, ministers. They have these other ministers that are under the Nation of Islam that has one message. One message, one ideology, one identity. They have one identity. But when I look at the Christian black church, it's a million identities. A million identities. But no one identity. Like, black people don't look no way the same in the black church. You can go 5 paces left and 3 paces right to another black church, and they'll be doing something totally different. Totally different. No clear message on where they leading these people to, nothing. No clear ideology or doctrine, nothing. Everybody running in different directions. And so that is, for me personally, that's my only problem with the black church, is it does not have one message, one centralized message for one people. We are all one people. And when you preach a million different things to one people, the one people who are already lost gonna be even more lost. And so that is my gripe with the black church.